Hello students, let us study the third part of nursery management. In this part we are going to study sanitation treatments. Now here in this sanitation treatment, what is expected that we have to sterilize the entire propagation media. We have to sterilize this media, the tools, the implements, and the other tools which we have to study. Now here in this case, in the nursery, how to sterilize that? For this purpose, the first method, that temperature of 71 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes, it is sufficient to kill almost all disease causing pathogens. So this much temperature is good. Then by using some chemicals also we can sanitize the media. For example, chloropicrin, formaldehyde, or methyl bromide. Again, thirdly, we can use fumigation method. Fumigation, it means that fumes are made, and in this fumigation, for this fumigation purpose, we can use different chemicals, and these chemicals will kill the bacteria, fungi, nematodes, and other such insects. Fourth method is drenching the medium with some fungicides. They are also used to eliminate pathogens from soil or cocoa pits and other media. So drenching is also good method. Then come to cleaning. Now this cleanliness of all implements, all tools which are used in nursery, it is to be done regularly. Otherwise that may cause growth of fungus and some other pathogens. Now let us go to the methods of sterilization. First, this temperature method. Now in this temperature method, we have to use this method because this is an environment friendly method, and we can control the soil borne plant pathogens like bacteria, fungi, or nematodes, or some insect pests, and we can also control weeds. For this purpose we can use solar energy, and by that way soil temperature can be increased in this method. This generally happens naturally. You know that during summer period the soil plowing, harrowing is done, and it is exposed to the atmosphere, it is exposed to the bright sun. So in the month of May and June, when the temperature reaches 40 degree or above, that will bring some changes, physical changes, chemical and biological changes are brought in the soil. So for this purpose, for disinfection or sanitization of the soil during summer, we can follow some methods. For that purpose, where we want to prepare the seed beds, in that site we have to remove all weeds, all stumps or remaining part of the plant. After harvesting, we have to remove the stubbles, and we have to crush the clods and bring it in good tilth condition or fine tilth condition. Then we have to level the plot. Leveling of plot is also important so as to facilitate irrigation smoothly. And after irrigating the plots, we have to cover the plot by using a black polythene film of 200 gauge for 5 to 6 weeks. Now this is to be done during summer when the soil is wet. So this will increase, evaporation will take place, and that will increase the heat in the soil, and that will kill many pathogens which may cause diseases and pests in the plant. So this is a very easy method and good method. So this polythene, black polythene particularly, because that will retain atmospheric temperature in the soil. So then come to the chemical treatment. So that was the physical treatment. Now chemical treatment. In this chemical treatment, we can use formalin solution. Now this solution will sterilize the soil, and for that purpose we have to prepare this solution by adding 2.5 commercial grade formaldehyde per liter of water, and this is to be drenched into the soil at the rate of 45 liters per meter square. This soil means this solution is prepared and this water is poured in the soil. So that will saturate up to 15 to 20 centimeter, and this after drenching, then this area is to be covered with black polythene sheet of 200 gauge. Remember that it should be black. If it is transparent, then there will be growth of fungi or another. So it should be black, and that will also help to retain temperature from the sunlight or sun rays. So that will also cause fumes, and this will penetrate into the soil and it will kill the pathogens. So this polythene cover should be kept up to 48 hours, means 2 days. That will help to kill all or most of the pathogens. So this is the, so formalin is very important in chemical treatment of soil for sanitization or sanitation. Now in case of bed, if it is, if we are using polyhouse, if you are in case of polyhouse, the beds are to be kept open for 7 to 10 days prior to seed sowing, and means the all fumes whatever was generated, that should be left, and then only sowing can be done. Now the third, that is a treatment of soil by using fungicides. Now this fungicide, there are various fungicides available in market, but this Captan or Thyram, it is to be used at the rate of 5 gram per meter square. So this will control entire soil borne pathogens. So this solution is to be drenched into the soil, and that will kill the most of the microbes. Now we can also give soil treatment by using insecticides. Various insecticides are available, as we have studied during 11th standard. Number of insects are there. As per the kind of insect, we have to use the kind of insecticide. So chlorpyrifos, this is used for the insects which suck sap from the plant, and they remain hidden in the soil during daytime and come up during night time and feed on the plant. So in that case, chlorpyrifos should be diluted in a liter of water, 2 ml in 1 liter of water, and this should be applied in the soil. That will kill insects up to 15 to 20 centimeter depth. Many kinds of insects like ants, white ants, eggs, of nematodes, etc. Then the fifth method, that is a bioagent. We can use bioagent. This is the trichoderma is the most important bioagent or biological agent which is important to kill the pathogens in the soil. Now in this case, Please wait. Now another method, that is watering. Now in this case of watering, we have to water the nursery beds or the pots, and for potted plants hand watering should be done, means there should be no excessive water given, otherwise that will cause soil erosion. Then this for the large sized beds we can use pipe for irrigation. Another is required for nursery management, that is manuring. Manure is an important requirement for growth and development of the plants in the nursery. So sufficient quantity of this FYM or compost should be made available, or leafy humus, that is to be added in the soil, and this should be particularly added to the rooted cuttings, layers or grafted plants in the polythene bags. And then we have to add some fertilizers in the soil for healthy and vigorous growth of the plant. So here in this case, what is the recommendation about application of fertilizer? That for a bed of 10 by 10 meter area, we have to apply 300 gram of ammonium sulfate, 500 gram of single superphosphate, and 100 gram of muriate of potash. So by this way we can supply NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, to the concerned plant. Another important thing to be remembered, that shade is very important in the nursery, because the young seedlings, tender seedlings are there, they are very susceptible to direct sunlight, they may die. So protection from sunlight is to be given. So for that purpose shade is to be made by using thatches or by using shade net. Thatches means the remaining part of the plant after harvesting that can be used to make a shade. These things are there. Then also we have to protect the seedlings from adverse climate. Adverse climate means this strong sunlight, means very hot temperature, and also very low temperature. If the temperature is below 7 degrees centigrade, it will directly cause effect on the growth and development of the plant, and the plants may die. So in that case we have to give protection, and for that purpose in the net house or greenhouse structure can be used. So this is the about protection of the plant in the nursery. Now protection from the pests and diseases, it is also to be done. Now for that purpose already we have studied that drenching of chemical or insecticide can be done, but along with that, we have to adapt some plant protection measures in advance when we start raising the seedlings. So, in that case, we have to control the pests and diseases. Now, how to control diseases in the seed bed? That is important. Generally, in case of seed bed, this damping of disease is caused in most of the plants, particularly fruit plants, seedlings. So, damping off is generally caused due to waterlogging condition, and some other reasons are also there. So, here good sanitation is required. So, here in this case, a drenching of ethyl alcohol 50% plus 0.2% calcium hydrochloride and 0.01% mercuric chloride. This should be mixed together in water and that should be drenched. So this treatment is given for 5 to 30 minutes, and later on then other activities in the bed can be done. Now disinfection of bed, seed bed, that already we have studied here, but here using of formaldehyde or hot water or mercury chloride also can be used for disinfection of seed beds. Now in case of hot water, when the seed beds are dry, then here this dry seeds, we are giving treatment to dry seeds. They are placed in hot water having temperature 48 to 55 degrees centigrade for 10 to 30 minutes. Now the disinfection of seed along with the disinfection of seed bed that we are studying. Now we have to protect this seed by giving seed treatment. Dry seed treatment is to be given by using OMC, that is called organomercurial compound, or non-mercuric compounds like agalal or aretan 6 or tafasan 6. Any of these non-mercurial compound can be used for giving treatment to the seed before they are sown in the nursery beds or polybags. If the wet method is followed, then the seeds are to be immersed for a particular period in liquid suspension, and that also can be done. Now another kind of seed treatment that is to be given to control this fungi, bacteria, nematodes or insects. For that purpose, what is to be done? We have to give chemical treatment that we have already studied, but again here soil disinfection we have studied. Again here in this case, soil is disinfected by heating to the temperature of about 60 degree for 30 minutes. Means before filling in the pots, filling in the polybags, we have to disinfect the soil, otherwise soil-borne pathogens will cause different diseases and some other problems may also be caused. Chemical treatment also can be given. Now this chemical treatment we can use by using chloropyrene, and to control, there are some other diseases like rust, powdery mildew, leaf spot, bacterial blight. Many diseases are there. These diseases can be controlled by using Borodex mixture. This Borodex mixture is the most important chemical that can be made by the farmers on their farm by proper mixing of copper sulfate, lime and water. The proportion of copper sulfate, lime and water in Borodex mixture can be increased or decreased. If water content is reduced, that will become Bordeaux pest, and that will be used to apply on the trunk of the plant. Otherwise, if water content is increased, that becomes Borodex mixture and that can be drenched in the bed. But again we can also use, along with Borodex mixture, we can use carbendazim, we can use redomil or Trichoderma viridi, which is a biofungicide. Any of the biofungicides we can use. Post management in nursery means the nursery is we have developed very properly, but these plants in the nursery may get infected by many uh, pests, so they may cause cuttings on leaf margin, holes in the leaves, or the leaves may be chewed, some parts of the plant may be damaged by the pests. So various pests can be spotted on the plant, so these are to be controlled. uh, Means about 200 species are termed as serious pests in agriculture. They can be classified on different norms, but they are to be controlled. So this again, let us go to some microbes. Microbacteria are there, or microorganisms are there, like fungi, bacteria, viruses. They also cause diseases. Nematodes also cause diseases. Then garden snails. There are some snails you might have seen during your childhood, but these snails are very dangerous for the plants, particularly home garden, lawns, and greenhouse. They are also to be controlled. Weeds are also to be controlled, because weeds may cause loss up to 90% to the plant. They will also reduce the quality of the plant. Then vertebrate pests are there, like mammals are, bats are there, rabbits are there. They also cause damage. So here we have to control the pests by different ways as per the kind of pest and kind of diseases. We have already studied IPM, IDM, integrated pest management and integrated disease management. These things are there. Remaining part we will see in the next video. Thank you.